Hey friends, ZenKahuna here. I'm going to read again from the collected poems of Robert Service. This is volume 1. I'm going to read the very first poem in the book. It's called The Spell of the Yukon. Now keep in mind that the Yukon back in the gold rush days was rugged. It was tough. The weather would kill you. The men and women up there would kill you. All sorts of things would kill you. Starvation would kill you. The cold. I mean, there was lots and lots of challenges. So this is a story about a guy who was a prospector. And he made some money, got some gold. And then we're going to read about what happens. The Spell of the Yukon. I wanted the gold and I sought it. I scrabbled in muck like a slave. Was it famine or scurvy? I fought it. I hurled my youth into a grave. I wanted the gold, and I got it. Came out with a fortune last fall. Yet somehow life's not what I thought it, and somehow the gold isn't all. No, there's the land. Have you seen it? It's the cussedest land that I know, from the big dizzy mountains that screen it to the deep death-like valleys below. Some say God was tired when he made it. Some say it's a fine land to shun. Maybe, but there's some as would trade it for no land on earth, and I'm one. You come to get rich, damn good reason. You feel like an exile at first. You hate it like hell for a season, and then you are worse than the worst. It grips you like some kind of sinning. It twists you from foe to a friend. It seems it's been since the beginning. It seems it will be to the end. I've stood in some mighty mouthed hollow that's plumb full of hush to the brim. I've watched the big husky sun wallow in crimson and gold and grow dim, till the moon set the pearly peaks gleaming and the stars tumbled out neck and crop. And I've thought that I surely was dreaming with a piece of the world piled on top. This summer, no sweeter was ever. The sunshiny woods all a-thrill, the grayling a-leap in the river, the bighorn asleep on the hill. The strong life that never knows harness, the wilds where the caribou call, the freshness, the freedom, the farness. Oh God, how I'm stuck on it all. The winter, the blind brightness that blinds you, the white land locked tight as a drum, the cold fear that follows and finds you, the silence that bludgeons you dumb, the snows that are older than history, the woods where the weird shadows slant, the stillness, the moonlight, the mystery. I've bade him goodbye, but I can't. There's a land where the mountains are nameless, and the rivers all run God knows where. There are lives that are erring and aimless, and deaths that just hang by a hair. There are hardships that nobody reckons. There are valleys unpeopled and still. There's a land, oh, it beckons and beckons, and I want to go back, and I will. They're making my money diminish. I'm sick of the taste of champagne. Thank God when I'm skinned to a finish, I'll pike to the Yukon again. I'll fight, and you bet it's no sham fight. It's hell, but I've been there before, and it's better than this by a damn sight. So me for the Yukon once more. There's gold, and it's haunting and haunting. It's luring me on as of old. Yet it isn't the gold that I'm wanting, so much as just finding the gold. It's the great big broad land way up yonder. It's the forest where silence has lease. It's the beauty that thrills me with wonder. It's the stillness that fills me with peace. So, I was looking around today as I was out walking in the mountains here for the right place to read this poem. There's nothing this winter in the Bradshaw Mountains here that comes even close to what would have happened in the Yukon in the winter. As you can see, I'm out here in a flannel shirt. But being up in the mountains, seeing the trees, here in north central Arizona, seeing the cactus, the junipers, it's beautiful. It really doesn't matter where you are. And that includes if you're in the city, the depth of the city. If you're tough, if you're ready, if you've got the guts and the guts, what can I say, the guts and the gusto and the gumption to do whatever it takes to make your life great and grand and glorious, it can happen if you do it. And when do you have to do it? How long do you have to do that? Well, how many days do you want to have it? So you got to do it every single day. So that's what I do, is every single day when I wake up, I look at what I have scheduled. Now, right now, I'm on holidays for a few weeks. But when I go back, I'll be working regularly. And I'll be working a job I love. And I keep going back to that job. And why? Because it's a profession that, first of all, I shaped for myself so that I could use all of my different types of multiple intelligences every single day that I'm working. It's a joy. Basically, I tell people that for 46 years, I've never worked a day in my life because I've enjoyed it so much. And I get paid for it. Hey, wow, that's great. So what I'm rambling on about here, folks, is that life is what you make it, what you make of it. So right now, you decide to make your life great, grand, and glorious. Join me.